Hello, wonderful science folks. It's Matt here. I just wanted to give you a little more clarity and make a few small changes to the first days of class assignment. Um, Not enough that should be disruptive if you started already, but I realized it may have been a little lacking in clarity, and so I want to clear things up a little bit for you. So first thing, here's the assignment. I made one small change, and I put this on the course website as well. If you scroll down, previously it said the first 2 weeks of class. Now you'll see it says using PowerPoint or something similar, create an outline for your first week of classes. I think I just want to stick to the first week because it will allow us to be a little more focused. So first week of classes that rather than what I previously said, first 2 weeks. Um, Hopefully that doesn't mess things up. If you've already worked very hard on the first 2 weeks, I'm happy to go with that. I just think it'll make it a bit easier to work with first week. Okay, I've also uploaded on the course website a template that I'm hoping might help out a little bit. So feel free to use this if you find it will help. The idea was I didn't want you to focus too much on, I don't want you to do lesson plans, right? I don't want this to be grinding out a lesson plan day 1, day 2, what's my lesson plan? Day 3, what's my lesson plan? Kind of want to think about the bigger picture. So if you find this template helpful, feel free to use it. So within the assignment, I talked about a couple different categories to focus on. And I put a few points in here. First one is learning goals. What skills do you want the students to learn? What knowledge do you want them to have, right? Both abstract, like critical thinking skills, observational skills, stuff like that, and practical. What do you want them to come away with in terms of skills in the first week? Like, how do I ask to go to the bathroom, right? That's a learning goal. How do I function effectively in this classroom? Behavioral training, I just copied and pasted all the text in here from the assignment itself. So you've already seen this, but what do I do for behavioral training? What do I do regarding cognitive practices? What am I gonna try and do? How am I gonna develop routines and get my students used to the routines? Again, you don't have much room to work with this, right? Big font, not a lot of space. That's on purpose. So you need to be extremely concise. And the idea is you're building this to be useful, a useful tool for you in the future, not something where you feel like you're writing a ton of stuff just for my sake, right? So concise, brevity is the soul of wit here. Routines, activities. Now, if you find it helpful, and I think this might be helpful, you may want to break down the first 5 days. Again, like day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Not a lesson plan necessarily, but like some big chunks. So is there a big activity I'm doing on these days that I want to use? For example, in the document from Doug Jones that's on the course website, they use the grape smasher in the first couple of days to do some inquiry science stuff. Or maybe there's an activity you like that we did in class. Maybe there's some from the like the penny in the water activity or the magic milk activity, right, as a starting activity. What are the broad strokes that you're going to be doing on day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5 to meet those learning goals that you laid out? So it doesn't have to be super detailed, but the main points. Anyway, I hope this template maybe will give you a little bit of clarity if you felt like you needed it. I'm really happy to take any other questions, and please send them my way. But hopefully this was slightly clarifying. See you soon, folks.